Hello and welcome to my channel. Well, this is my first video, so welcome. That's not welcome back. But I thought I would come on here, and everyone around me wants to see me bake. And today I am going to make a cake for the women's event that I have going on at my church tonight. There's a cake contest, and I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to get some content for you. I wanted to start my channel for a while, so this is going to be perfect. So we're going to be making a chocolate vanilla layer 2-tier cake, and there's going to be pink buttercream and white creamy buttercream back here. Have those two right here, and it's going to be a 2-tier so that with rosettes on the bottom, and then we're going to have a drip on the top, and then I'm going to write ooh la la because that's the event that I'm going to. So it's going to be so cute, very romantic, very cute, very chic. So let's get started. First, take a cute little cake board. I got a shiny one. And put it on there. And then I'm going to start with my chocolate because that just seems like, you know, chocolate's better. Everyone loves chocolate. So you're going to take a serrated knife. It has to be serrated. The regular chef knife won't cut it. Won't cut the cake properly, and it'll crumble everywhere. So you got to have a serrated knife. Alright, and then you're just going to take it. You see how it's a little bit, I don't know if you can see, I'll bring it up here. See how it's a little bit like, there's a little bit of weirdness going on up here. A little bit of weirdness going on up here. We don't want that. We don't want that in our cake. So we're going to start by cutting that off. And save the scraps for later. Make cake pops. So you're just going to hold it level. I usually hold it about my waist. That's where it perfectly hits. So I hold it at my waist, and you're just going to turn it and lightly hit your cake. And then ever so slightly, it's going to start going through, and soon, without even moving your hand, keep in mind, I'm not moving my hand. You're just going to keep going, and just going to slide on through. So you can take it. I forgot to grab a plate. You're going to take it. You can put it right over there. And now you have a level cake. Now you're nice and level. It's not going to be all wonky when you start trying to ice it or put it together. So you're going to go, usually I measure this, but since I'm only doing 2 layers, I'm just going to eyeball it. You're going to take it, you're going to go about halfway, do the same thing. Keeping that hand nice and level. Keeping the cake in place with your other hand. I just like to do that just to make sure I don't cut anything. And you are going towards your hand, so just be careful not to cut yourself. And go all the way through. And you're going to take another cake board. Since this one we're going to actually use. We need to use this one. So we're going to take it. We're going to slide it under. And there you go. You got 2 even layers. I'm going to do this to the rest of my cakes, and I'll come back. Alright, now that we have both cakes all leveled out, you got 2 layers for each of your cakes. Each of these is, we have 2, 1 each of the chocolate and vanilla. They're 8 inches in. Then we have a 6 inch of each of them as well. It's an 8 inch and a 6 inch, nice little tiers. Usually you go 2 inches for each tier. That's just how it looks a lot better. It looks cuter, cleaner, however you want. And then you're going to start by I'm just taking my regular vanilla buttercream. It's just a nice cream color. And I'm just going to take that and just use it for our base, and then for the filling. That's going to be our filling because it's a nice French buttercream. And just do a little dabble in the middle. Just do a little dabble in the middle of your cake board. Nice little dabble on there so that you can get a good stick to it. It's not going to move around when you try and do anything to it. And then I'm just going to move that guy out of my way. I'm going to take the bottom of my yellow. I decided to start with my yellow just because, I don't know, just for fun. Just because. I don't have any rhyme or reason to this. This is how I bake. I mean, yes, baking is a science. But I do like to let my creativity flow and not really worry about, like, does this look right? Is it perfect? If it's not perfect, then it's fine. No one's perfect. No cake is going to be perfect, ever. Yes, they might look perfect, but you don't see the back. That's where we can get you. That's where bakers can get you. Is the back not so cute? That's why it's the back. Because everyone looks at the front, like the good 3/4 of the rest of the cake, and then no one sees the back. Even at like a wedding, no one sees the back of the cake. So we're just gonna not worry about that. Just gonna get that. You're gonna press it down a little bit. And yes, I wash my hands. Hands are nice and clean, so don't worry about me touching the cake. It's gonna be okay. Okay? I know the comment section's gonna be rowling with comments about her hands are her hands are bare. She doesn't have gloves on. It's fine. It's fine. Okay? It's okay. All right. So you're gonna start with your base, and then all right. A lot of people don't know how to fill a piping bag, so I'm going to teach you that right now. Just grab some scissors real quick. All right, and since we're doing the filling, I'm going to use my just plain white buttercream. So you're going to take the bag. You're going to take it. I like to take my pinkies and put them inside along with my thumbs. I don't know if you can see that. Put them inside with my thumbs just to give me a nice little grip, and then I roll it down until it's about halfway down. You take your hand and shove it in and make a nice little cone for your hand. These bags are nice. I didn't realize when I bought them, but they have a max fill line right there. They have a max fill line, so it's going to be a lot easier for new bakers. I can fill it up a little more because I have been icing a few more cakes, but yeah, there's a max fill line, and then you're going to take it. You're just going to go ahead and fill it up. You fold it up, and then I like to take my fingers and like iron it down. Let the bubbles go up because we don't want bubbles. I mean, it's the filling. No one sees it, but you still don't want bubbles. If you have a piece of cake with a bubble in it, like that's not good. It means you didn't get your icing that you wanted. So get the bubbles out. All right, and you're just gonna take it between your finger and your thumb and just roll it like that and twist it. So there's a nice little twist there, and you get nice and clean. We want to keep this part clean. I keep looking at myself. I need to look up there. Keep it clean. Keep it nice and clean. And then you still haven't cut your tip yet, so you still got a tip right there. You're going to cut your tip into a trash bag, not onto your cake. And there we go. We got a nice little tip going on there. And you're going to take it, you're going to build the wall. Not Trump's wall. We're going to build a wall on our cake. Because you need, if you have, this will be a lot better if you have like a jelly filling. I don't have a jelly filling today. I just have this white chocolate buttercream, so we're just going to not worry about that. But normally you would take it in one hand, twirl it around the outside. And that would be where you put your jelly filling on the inside of there. See, there's a nice little wall there. I can focus. There we go. Nice little wall. But since I'm not doing that, I'm just going to do a nice little zigzag there. And then I'm going to take this little offset spatula and just smooth it out. And it's okay if this isn't perfect. Like I said, this is just your inside. Just hold it level. Spin it around. And you might end up with some excess, which is fine. That's no big deal. Just either you can smooth it out or put it back in your bowl. I'm just going to smooth mine out. Because I like good layers. Some people don't like a ton of layers on their cake. Some people don't like big layers and all that. But I like a good layer. Like, it's not going to be a whole inch of buttercream between the little bitty layers of cake, but it's going to be a good layer. So we're done with that. You're going to take, since you're doing alternating, you're going to take your chocolate. Just be very careful. These are very delicate pieces of cake now. Just going to place that on top. And then do the same thing. I'm going to finish that, and I'll come back to you. This is our bottom tier, our 8-inch bottom tier. Just going to finish that up real quick, and I'll be right back. And another way, since you're not doing any kind of jelly filling, you could just take it and plop it in there. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to waste the bag. You could do that. Don't know why I told you otherwise, but you could do that. You could just plop it on there and smooth it out yourself. And then once you get to that final layer, you're just going to take the top layer, flip it upside down, stick it on there. Try and keep it even as you go. I wasn't quite even as I went. And then you're going to take another cake board that you have and make sure it's level. We want a level cake. We don't want it flipping everywhere. So you're just going to go around, make sure it's nice and level. You could get a leveler out. I don't have one right now. I don't have one, period. So just make sure it's level, eyeball it. And as long as your cake's not doing one of these, you're good. But if it's just a little bit cocked, you're fine. Maybe put a little icing on one side, make it better. But otherwise, you're fine. And now that you're level, you need to decide what icing you want to use for your outsides. Since I am doing rosettes on this one, I'm just going to take my spatula and go up, get the little sides nice and taken care of. And then I'm just going to take just a little bit, since we're not going to be really seeing this color. I'm just going to put this on the top here. I like the plop method. Some people take it in a bag and pipe it all around and do all that. That's just a little too much. Just plop it all on. You're going to take your spatula again, take a little bit off, go to the sides, and go over, and just smooth it out. Smooth it around. Just going to do that all over. Until it looks like a naked cake. You know how people love that naked look, and it's so trendy right now, and it's so cute and so awesome. That's what our crumb coat is. Basically, our crumb coat is the naked cake. You could stop here if you wanted to. It's a cute cake. I do agree with that, but that's not the kind of look I'm going for right now. Right now, I'm going for like a Paris chic kind of look, so I'm not going to stop here. But we will stop here for this tier. For the second tier, we're not going to stop here. But for this tier, this will be our final layer of this buttercream, since we're doing the rosettes. And for a crumb coat, I do usually have a crumb bowl. Forgot to grab one out. But you do usually have a crumb bowl because your spatula is going to pick up all that nasty, it's not nasty, it's good icing, but it's icing that you don't want for your final outside appearance. You just want your good, cute icing, like the good icing that's in this bowl. We're still going to use that for the outside, for the top tier, because that's still good icing. But your crumb icing, you can use that for your filling. Of course, use that for your filling. Or if you want to use it for the rest of your extra layers that you cut off the top, you can use that for your cake balls. Because basically, cake balls is crumbles and icing. So this is crumbles and icing. It's just a different It's just a ratio than a cake ball. I'm over explaining it. Let's get back to the cake. And then once you get nice and clean on this outside, you're going to take a bench scrape. Take a bench scrape, and you're going to put it level with your cake right there. Touch the cake just a little bit, and then I angle it to about a 45, and I just turn it, and again, I just keep my hand steady. Don't need to move it, don't need to move it anyway, just keep your hand steady. And then for this top, you see how this top's still kind of, I don't know if you can see that, but the top's still kind of a little bit wonky. You're going to take it, I really need to get closer for this. You're going to take it, make sure it's level, you're just going to pull towards the middle, and then you're going to scrape this off and repeat for the rest of it until it's nice and level to the level that you want. And sometimes I'm not quite 100% good at this yet. Sometimes I do like make a little, like, oops, there's a little extra icing on that. I don't know if you can see that. But I'll go back over, go around, scrape off, and then just keep doing this until you got a nice, clean finish. Ta-da! This isn't perfect, I know. It's still got a lot of bumps and whatever, but we're putting roses on top of it. I don't know if you guys know what rosettes, like those kind of cakes, very trendy still. But those cover most of it. I just did this so that I'll have a little bit of stuff to stick on, but now we're going to put this in the fridge and put it in the fridge until this gets nice and hard. Probably about 20-30 minutes, so I'll have time to do my other cake layer, and then we'll go put it together. And now, since I made this cake board so you can't really see it because it's our top tier, you don't want to see the cake board on it, I'm going to take a big offset spatula to help me get it off so I can take it. And here's our top tier. Put it in the fridge again for 20 minutes. You're going to want it to harden up so that you can get a good ice on it. So there's our top tier. Beautiful. I'm going to put it in the fridge. And while those are in there, let's clean this kitchen. And now that it's been sitting in the fridge for a little bit, we're going to ice it. Well, ice it more than it already has it, but we're going to ice it more. Yeah! So you're going to take it, and I have a bag full of my pink icing. Little star tip on there. Boop. Little star tip. This is star tip 824 from Ateco. I don't know what brand what they call it, but Ateco. And you're going to take it. You're going to put it sideways on your cake. You're going to start at around your second layer in the middle. Work your way out. You're going to get a little rosette. You're going to do that all around your cake. Alright, we have our first layer on. Now to our second layer. You're going to start at the catty corner. So you're not going to start right on top of this one because we're going to have a giant hole there. You can see our cake. So you're going to start right here. And then just do another rosette. And you got that one. Do your second layer. You are. They might not be perfect, but they're cute little rosettes. And then we're going to stop here for now. We are going to put another layer on the, over the edge, kind of on the top. We're going to stop here so we can get our, so we try and put rosettes on there before you put your top cake on. It's going to be a lot harder to level it out, get it a lot easier. And then I'm going to put this back in the fridge. Put this back in the fridge and go grab our go grab our top tier. Alright, now we have our top tier. We're going to put a final coat on here so that we can get our drip going. It'll be all sorts of fun. Yeah. I'm going to try it with this ice. And this one we're going to make a little thicker since it is our final coat. Don't want to see any cake after this. It's going to take a lot more icing. And that crumb coat's going to help us because it sealed all of our crumbs in there. So now they're not going to come out and look on and you can see them. You're not going to be able to see them on our final, which is really going to help us with the decor. Make it look a lot more chic and pretty. You're going to use a lighter hand with this too. You're not going to have a hard hand because you don't want to see any cake layers. It's going to take a little bit for you to get used to how thick you want your icing on the side. Of course, I'm not going to see how thick this icing is until I cut into it, but hopefully it's not super thick, but it's also not to where I can see cake. And you see how I have a little bit of cake there? I'm just going to take my icing and slap it on. Spin it a little bit. We are going to take our bench scraper again and get these nice and level, but for now, your little offset's good enough. Just slap the icing on nice and thick. There we go. And now we have a nice thick layer on the outside here. Take our bench scrape, just scrape along the edge. You're going to take it to get a nice even, once you get that big chunks off, you get a nice even one, take it all the way around. And there we go. And you're going to do what you did for the crumb coat. You're going to take it, slide towards the middle, slide towards the middle. And actually, we can take a lot more off this top here because we're not going to worry about it. Because that's where our drip is going to go. So the top, yes, you want it to be pretty normally, but since we're putting a drip on it, it don't have to be that cute. Just look over and see if it's level. Mine is actually, I didn't quite do the best job when I was cutting the cakes in half, so I do have a little bit of a dip. If you can see it right there, it kind of dips a little bit, but that's okay. I'm gonna work with it, and maybe I'll leave a little more icing on that side, or maybe I'll just let it be crooked and put that in the back. So we're gonna take this, put it back in the freezer for another 20 minutes. And while we're waiting on those to harden, we're gonna make our drip. Some people do drips and they do a nice ganache and chocolatey and beautiful and all that. But yes, I could do that, and yes, I probably should have done that. But I'm gonna do just a candy melt drip. It's really simple, really easy. You're gonna take your candy melts, put them in a microwave safe bowl, and for 30 seconds at a time, just microwave them, stir them all up, microwave again for 30 seconds, stir them up until they're almost melted, and then once it's warm enough to where you could mix it all together and just use it, just mix it and melt the rest of them. Do that, because if you keep going for another 30 seconds, you're going to burn it. So 30 seconds at a time until it's 3/4 of the way melted, and then just stir it, stir it, stir it. If you need to, put it in for another 10, 15 seconds, but don't do another 30 seconds after it gets super melty, or you will melt, or you will burn it. So we're going to go do that, and I'll be back. And if your microwave decides it doesn't want to work, you can always take it into a heat-proof bowl, melt it over a double boiler. Get some boiling water down here. Just gonna melt it all up. And you always want to melt chocolate. This isn't really chocolate, it's just candy melts, but if you're doing chocolate, you always want to melt it over a double boiler. You never want to put it actually on the heat, because it's just not going to be good for it. Alright, I just added a little bit of pink to it because we're going to have pink drips. And then, since it was a little bit on the thicker side, it was a little chunky, I'm adding just a little bit at a time, a little vegetable oil to thin it out a little bit, because see, mine's a little thick right now. Like, I can't drip that over a cake. So I'm just going to thin it out a little bit at a time, because if I add too much, then it's just not going to be cute. It's going to look weird when you first put the vegetable oil in, but you're going to mix it around enough that it'll start to mix all together. And I just put it back on the heat because it was getting a little cool. There we go. There's a nice drip consistency. And once you finish getting it to the consistency that you want it, mine's still a little chunky, but I'm going to stir it for a little bit. Once you get to that consistency, you want it to cool down to room temperature so you don't mess up all that beautiful icing we just put on. So I'm just going to let this cool, and I'll be right back. Alright, now these have been chilling in the fridge for a little bit. We got our we got everything nice and solid. Before we can stack, don't stack yet. You can't stack yet. If you stack right now, when it doesn't have any support on here, you're going to lose all your cake. It's just going to all sink in because cake isn't that strong. So it's not going to do it. So you're going to take little straws. No, I don't live in California. So I have plastic straws. Sorry, Californians, if you really like your plastic straws. I know you don't like your plastic straws. I like them. I like my little bendy straws. They're cute. But anyway, you're going to use the non-bendy part. Non-bendy part. All right. You're going to stick it in. You're going to make a little square with all 4 of your bendy straws to around where your other cake is going to be sitting on top. That's square-ish. That's square-ish. I know it's not a perfect square. Don't come for me. It'll be fine. Then you're going to take them. You're going to take some scissors. You're going to pull them up a little bit. Snip. And then push them back down. So you'll have some support on there. Pull them up. And down. This is just so that your cake doesn't fall through. And I'm going to do a few more. And I'm going to do a few more just because I'm paranoid like that. And I don't want this to fall. Alright, now that you got your straws in here, you can see them popping out the top a little bit. You're going to go get, you just throw these away, these aren't needed anymore. Go get your top tier. Now this is the scary part. This going on here, you can't just drop it. You're going to have to take it very carefully. You have to center it the best to your abilities, the best you can. And then stack it on. Well, alright, looks like I got a little bit of an issue here, so I'm going to take it off and take care of those straws. Someone is poking out too far. You really don't want your cake sticking up like that, so if it pops up so far like that, you're going to want to take care of who's ever keeping it. You're going to take it again. There we go. Now I need to fix where you're at. So too close on one side, so you just mess with it until it's all nice and even. And since I'm not messing, since I'm covering this top, I'm going to push it down a little bit. See if it's level all around. I'm just going to wash my hands because this is so sticky. So now that you have it even, for the most part, on all sides. I know this isn't perfect. I know, comment section, I know this isn't perfect. Shut up. Now you're going to do this top layer. Actually, now you're going to do the drip. I feel like doing the drip before the rosettes, so let's go do the drip. Alright, I just put my melted chocolate in a little piping bag. I stuck it in the fridge for a little bit because it was a little thin for my liking. I did add a little too much vegetable oil. Don't make my mistake. Alright, get that out of the shot. Alright, and now I'm just going to take it, cut a little tip off, and now you're going to drip to your desire. I want nice long drips, so I'm going to make them This is my first drip cake, so it's not going to be perfect. I mean, no cake's going to ever be perfect. There's that. Drip a little bit there. That might be my back. Go around, see where you want to add a little more drip. So there's a little opening here. I'm just going to add a little baby drip there and let it be. Add a little drip there. Here. You also want it to be random. Like, this isn't supposed to be a super, like, I'm just going to pull this in here a little bit, and I'm going to take another offset spatula and just smooth out the top. And if you got a hole up here, you got a hole where there's icing popping through, just spray some more on. No one will know. No one shall know. Alright, and if the drips are to your liking, we can continue with the rosettes. I'm just going to do one more layer on here. Just going to do one more layer. The little tiny guys. And I think I'm going to choose my front to be right here. And then, since this is for an event, I'm going to write the event on the top. But here's our final cake. There's the final cake. I know the top's a little wonky. This isn't the best thing you've ever seen, but I am pretty proud of myself. Never done rosettes on a cake, never done drips on a cake. This looks pretty good, in my opinion. Some people might not like it, but I like it. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Here's our cake. I had a lot of fun. Hopefully this wins. So subscribe, comment below anything you want me to do next. I'm up for anything, really. I'm up for a challenge, so let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you want to see. And so, yeah, that's it for today. Have a great rest of your day or night or whenever you're watching this. And I'll see you later.